Good morning, friend. As you know, my name is Sanjeev, and I'm just gonna talk to you all guys towards how to write a selection criteria. So, why we need a selection criteria? Before we do that, I just wanna show you something where it is will be very good for you guys to go and have a look for a job. So, I have opened this site. I might you will have a difficulty in seeing. So this is about the website we called WA Jobs, wajobs.wa.gov.au. This site is very useful for getting into the public sector jobs in Western Australia. So all the jobs that are required for the Western Australian public sectors are advertised here. Though some of them also advertise on seek.com, but this is where all the jobs are advertised. So what you have to do here is that you have to go and search, and the jobs criteria, the categories are very large. Okay, you can look for the full-time jobs, part-time jobs, and all kind of departments. There's a all kind of departments are there as per your interest, like accounting, administration, agriculture, horticulture, arts, building, in courts, customer service, emergency services, fisheries, healthcare, hospitality, information technology. All list of jobs are there. So you have to go there. You have to create an ID from your email address. That's what you need minimum, and you can create an ID and you can go there and apply for the jobs. Some of the jobs may allow you on a visa, on a temporary visa or on a graduate visa or any other visa to apply for it, but most of the jobs here require you to be permanent resident or Australian citizen. So that's what one of the minimum criteria. But these jobs are for the public sectors, good pay and good career progression. Although there are some rumors about it's not giving a fair go and all those things, we don't care. We don't bother about that one. What we have to bother about to get into the queue. So what we have to do here, WA, as you know, Western Australia is always little bit behind in every aspect. In Melbourne and Sydney, the opportunities are more fair. People are more fair, more individually is more fair in the sense like they allow everybody to have a fair go. In Western Australia, there is a little bit of problem at this point of time, but we will fix it. So our job is not there. Our job is not to bother about what is there. Our job is to make sure that we applied the jobs here. So all the students, like all those who have been looking for the job in their industry, so like some who have done the accounting degree and they can't find a job and working in somewhere else, don't waste your money and don't waste your talent and don't waste your dignity. And because the thing is that you are qualified accountant, you know that you have a study business study here, you have studied in a information technology, you have done a lot of different courses here. So don't settle for less. I know it's a hard time when you have to survive here, you have to pay your bills and everything, but to be honest, it's no point. It's not worthy. It's not worth at all. If you are here in a permanent residence visa, if you have spent $100,000 in your education, so don't settle for less. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to go there and apply and search for you can put an alert as well, like they can give you the notice when the new jobs open. But you can do as well, you can go there and look for the jobs all the times, like in a week or two. The only side effect is that only the problem is that they take a week, like it's a time consuming process in compared to seek.com or indeed.com or any other job sites. Okay, over there the problem here, you have to spend quite a bit time. You have to read the selection criteria. So each job has got a selection criteria. They're not going to ask you what is in your CV, what is in your transcript, what kind of degree you have, whether you have a higher distinction. That's the worst part here, that they don't go and look for that. Unfortunately for them, 15 application for a job is big. For the HR sector, the HR from the public sector departments or from the different department of education and department of health, getting a 50 application is too much for them, so they don't want to go through each and every one. So what they do, they see your selection criteria. What is selection criteria? Each job will have a selection criteria. I just open a team leader positions here. Okay, it's a so it's a team leader position also. You might be having a difficulty. If you can go and you can have a look. So it's a team leader position. It's a Department of Justice. Okay, so what it is about, so team position title is team leader. You can see the position title is team leader. Okay, and it's a level 5 job, which is a very good job, very good salary. So you go up, you keep moving, sorry, my touch screen is it's brand new laptop anyway. So you see here is the selection work related requirements. That's what they're asking for. Personal integrity and self-awareness, achieve result, build productive relationship, communicate and influence effectively, shape and manage a strategy. So these are the most oftenly asked selection criteria. It's not a big deal. You can pay somebody to write for you. It's just one-time investment. You can do that, or somebody will write to you. But the problem is that whoever you're gonna pay, they will ask you job specific, the role specific. So they can't do for multiple jobs. Okay, so they will say, okay, I need this for this job, and they will do it for you. So what you have to do, you have to keep altering that one for different. You don't have to make every time. Once you get the main thing. So how to address a selection criteria, there's a few books on that one which I have, which I use, and I think you might use. This is one of them. Okay, write a winning job application, a guide to responding to a selection criteria. This is one of them. Okay, and these books give you everything how to write a selection criteria. So you can write it like, you know, all those things. This you can use it, and you can see the ISBN number as well here. And second which I have bought myself is this one. The author is local. He is in Western Australia. Okay, he's a very good and you can buy this book in a hard copy or soft copy as well. It costs around 40 to 50 bucks, something, I don't know. So you can study this. So you can study and you can mark it. And each time each time you go and see the selection criteria, so you can go and write the choose the selection criteria which they are asking for, and you can respond accordingly. So what they want actually, so I will tell you the types of selection criteria. Okay, so what they want, there's a few patterns how to write a selection criteria. Okay, so I will tell you that three. You have to read it, and you can Google it, and you can find everywhere. So these are the three methods you have to use. STAR, okay, STAR, SOW, and CAR. Okay, so these things you can read in the screen. Okay, I'll just put it like this. A STAR is what is the situation. Okay, so it will a situation. So you have to give an example like situations. Okay, good customer service. Okay, how you can prove that it's a good customer service? So what you have to do is that, okay, you have to take an example. Okay, I was working in a court. Okay, in a court of appeal, and one client came, he wanted to lose some documents, and he had no clue what he wanted to lose. So what is that was the situation. Task you have to mention. The task was to assist that person to find the correct form and help him to lose that application. Okay, then action, what action you did. So I asked him what he wanted to do, and then I Google it, or I check with my software what are the forms are required for. I search on my programs and find out what are the forms required, and I given him, and he filled up the application. The application is submitted without any problem, and this and that was the result. And that's how you have to mention the situation. That is the format called STAR: situation, task, action, result. Okay, SOW, good for this SOW is this is only for good for the senior position. Okay, in this one you have to give an example of situation, and then what action you took and the outcome. The CAR is also the same thing. C stands for circumstances, action, and result. So all basically that's what they want you into this job. So this book is easily available. The writer lives in Fremantle. Mostly, if you can't see, this book is sold by her daughter, which I'm not exactly remembering. I remember her address at this point of time, but I can find it out. But you can also find out if you Google it and you call that number. She will probably call you to collect the book if you wanted to do it in a hard copy. If you want a soft copy, she can, and then you don't have to go there. You just pay her and she will send you the PDF format, a PDF and what. I'm not sure, because I like a person to, I like to read the book and mark notes and everything. So this is how these two books are very example. There's plenty of books, but these two books are really good for writing a selection criteria for a public sector job. Okay, and I strongly encourage the students, like all the, especially our Indian students and Sri Lankan student and Bangladesh graduates. I know plenty of those who have done the Master of Business Administration, Professional Accounting, and Master in Information Technology and all the stuff. They haven't been able to get a job, and that's and I understand totally. Because WA is a very small city, but the problem is that most of the time we do not write the selection criteria, and as a result we get rejected. Apparently the hiring managers or it's very unorganized. It's I have to be honest with that, because they are very organized, and getting 40-30 applications, they think it's too much, and based on that they don't go through the your resume, your qualifications, your capability, anything. They just go through once through your selection criteria, and they decide. And most of the time they don't give enough time, because they have already decided who they want to take and what kind of candidates they are looking for. But what I have noticed in the last, I have been referred to one of the public sector commission, is one of the department that manage all the hiring process, but they are not only the. So when I inquired more about the how does it work, like the public sector commissions back home, we have like public sector, UPSC, SSC, LDC, IS, IPS and all those format. But here it's not like. Here's a public sector's department under the Premier Mark McGowan. Okay, I don't know, maybe I pronounce his surname wrong, but that's okay. So he manages it. But what public sector commission doesn't look after how each department hiring process. So when I checked with the public sector, I have been doing the research from the last 10 years on public sector commission. I have put forward a proposal that how we can get a good talent, good talent and good capable people to lead that to lead this various sectors, and which will improve the productivity as well of the government, and they will put WA in a streamlined process, in a progressive process. But nothing has happened so far. Okay, so I have given them the problem, I have given them the solutions and everything, but they haven't taken any actions. On further research, I found out that public sector commission even don't bother to go and check whether other departments are following their guidelines or not. They said they have never gone to check the guidelines has been followed or not. Whatever they want to do, they do it. There's no specialized department to hire people. Okay, so it's very it's very pathetic situation at this point of time in WA, Western Australia. I don't know about the Eastern state. And second thing is that it's most of the time it's an individual who decided who they want to hire or not. So this is very pathetic, and we will and hopefully since the times are changing now, the things will change. And I'm keep raising this issue with the public sector commissions. And the second thing is that when you apply and you don't get a result, then don't leave it there. So if you apply for a job and you didn't get, you get an email that okay, unfortunately you are not successful for this role, and then you can go and ask for a feedback. So feedback is very important, because then you can understand like how good is your selection criteria. So honestly, when I applied, I asked a few feedbacks, and feedbacks were very helpful, and some of them were good, and some were very honest that okay, there's nothing else you can improve in your selection criteria. The problem is that the market at this time, we are hiring people who are already doing this job, or somebody who has already been in this role and this and that. But if you get the feedback, and if you think that feedback is not satisfactory, and you think that the feedback is not there, then you have to challenge. There's an option to lodge a breach of claim. You lodge a breach of claim, because the people is that we don't lodge a breach of claim, and that's why if somebody is purposely doing something wrong, Okay, so they get it a habit of doing it, and they know that nobody will challenge them unless we lodge a breach of claim. It's not gonna. I will show you the copy of how the breach of claim looks like. But the purpose at this point of time is that, don't settle for less. Apply for a job. They have to give it to you. They can't keep rejecting you every day. If you are asking them to do if you're applying writing the selection criteria properly, okay, and if you're following these guidelines, even if that they are not giving you the opportunity to for an interview, then there's something fundamentally wrong, and we can't leave it go. Okay, and I know there's so many good talents around here. I have studied here, and I was in a student senate at an university, and I have met some really good minds, and they're not working in their field. They're not contributing anything in the economy they're supposed to do. Underemployment is the biggest threat in Western Australia. Okay, we are seeing very talented minds, either they are going overseas or they're settling for something which is totally waste of resources. Universities here, okay, university spend a lot of money and resources to train these people, and unfortunately we are the businesses, and we are not here, businesses and the government both are not able to tap this market because of some traditional practices they were having. That traditional practices has to be challenged, and this challenge has to be done by you and me. Nobody else can go and do it for us, and we have to do this for our next generations. And when I was there, and when I attended the graduation ceremony, every semester I see, every 6 months there's 2,000 to a minimum 2,000 people are graduating with a bachelor degree and master degree as well. And you tell me, is that WA economy is able to accommodate that 2,000 in graduate every 6 months? Definitely not. So where these people are going? These people are wasting their money, their resources, their hard work for doing some work which is totally unrelevant to the profession, unrelevant to the education they did. And we have to change that practice. We have to change this. We have let it go for a long time. Now it's time to come up, do this, follow this. If after following this they are not listening to you, lodge breach of claim. Ask for the feedback. If you are not happy with the feedback, lodge breach of claim, and then you force them to look into the matter. We have to force them to change the practices. Okay, we are not here to revolt, or we're not here to blame anyone or for any wrongdoing or anything. Our purpose is to make WA so progressive that we don't have to go to the Eastern State or some other states for looking for the job. And being a mining town, being the core of the Australian finances, the core of the Australian income is coming from Western Australia, then how is it possible that people from overseas are coming and working in the mine site, and the graduates here not getting a job in the mine site because they're saying not job ready? So it's not a problem for us, not problem for those graduates. Those are spending, they are doing the right things, they are following all the correct pathway to get a job, get a better life, but they're not getting it. So businesses here are more confident in bringing people from Philippines, India, Philippines, Bangladesh on a visa, on a skilled visa, 485 visa, I don't know, on that visa to work here, and they're not letting the local graduate to work, and they're blaming the local Australians people, I don't want to work. That's totally myth. There's a lot of people wants to work, but we have to do something to change. But today, just I wanted to say, if you wanna go there, apply for the government jobs. There's a plenty of jobs there. Okay. Also, you won't believe how many jobs are there, including part-time. You can select which area you want to work as well. So if you go there, see this all tell you which area you want to work. This is also about the salary level. See this all the departments you can work there. Okay, these are all the departments as per your interest. Whatever department you want to work. These are there's a lot of you want to work in the regional area, in the or in WA, in Perth region, or whatever, you can do there. So so you just follow there. You just have to go there and create a login page. When you create a login page, okay, sorry, You just have to create a login page. My login is there, so you have to create a login page over there. Okay, and you can go and job search, and there's a plenty, view latest job. You can go and view the latest job. Okay, it's a time consuming process, but once you made your master format of selection criteria, then it will be easy. Most of the jobs ask you the same questions like achieve result, customer service, teamwork, okay, and conflict resolutions, and your IT skill. These are the basic thing they will ask you. Just remember to follow the 3 patterns when you write the selection of STAR: situation, task, action, result. And if you are going for a higher position like management positions or bigger position in the level 5 or 6 category, then use SAO, SAO: situation, action, outcome. Or you can go for CAR, C for circumstances, A for action, and R for results. You have to use that format. In one paragraph, you describe the situation. In another paragraph, you describe what are the actions you have taken. And in the last paragraph, you describe the result. So they basically ask you for the 2 pages, maximum to 3 pages. But most of them will ask you 2-page selection criteria. And remember, they are not going to look into your CV. They are not going to look into your transcript. They are not going to look into your cover letter or anything. What they look for here is selection criteria, which is very, very fundamentally wrong process. But unfortunately, this is the truth at this time. When I proposed my this, I said you have to ask the subject job related questions to them and all the stuff, and you can't ask them to go for a taste. And there's a lot of patterns are there to determine the right persons. The test should be must. A test should be must to check whether the candidate is capable of doing or not. But unfortunately, at this time in Western Australia, that's not happening, which is very pathetic. I know it could be purposely done, but whatever, follow this one if you want to get into the public sector job. And in current environment, my friend, this is where we have to go. This should be your target if you want to survive. Public sector job is the only way you can survive here, because in other jobs, in current economy, in the next 5 years, there will be no options in the private sector. Private sector is not going to hire you as a full-time employee. They will always ask you to work as a part-time. Their jobs will be always, the pay rate will be also fluctual, and a lot of stress. Trust me, in private sector job, if you go, they wanna use everything out of you, man. There will be lot of stress. So what I want to tell you is at this point of time, what we have to look at. And second thing, most important, there's not many business in WA. Mining is not the biggest employer in WA. Hospitality, restaurant, cafe, aged care, cleaning. These are the main. These were the highest employers or in the industry where they were hiring more people. But now the competition has gone too much because a lot of people wants to do something. Okay, there's not many jobs. So you go and see there's a lot of migration agents now. You go, there's a lot of colleges are there now, vocational colleges. You go there, there's a lot of cleaners are now. There's a lot of cleaners are there now. So there's a lot of real estate agents are now. Okay, so there's not many jobs in other industry. You go and find it out. And each, in order to work in each industry like mortgage broker, you have to spend around $5,000. And after that also you have to 2 years of experience, then only you can get an ASIC license. So what I'm saying is that if you wanna go, that's in the short term. In the next 5 years, this is the way. This is where you have to go. Get into. Don't let your talent to be wasted. You spend 100,000. You have spent 5 years of your hard work. So many sleepless nights getting that higher distinction and credit. Don't let it go. Don't let it get wasted. So I encourage everybody to apply. You can contact me through my page, where I'm gonna put on my YouTube page, or like in the name of Aussie News, or I'm gonna put this onto The Pain Hill Partners is one of the Facebook page that I have. I'm gonna put it over there as well. I'll write it down for you guys here so you can look into. This is Pain Hill Partners. Pain Hill Partners, the Facebook page. You can go there and you can look for me. And wherever you saw, if you put commands and everything, I'm helpers here to help. And I have this book. It's very easy, about $20 or $30. You can buy it, or if you want to borrow it from me, you can borrow it, but you have to return it back. Because I have a lot of people who borrowed the book and never return it back, so which is a bad habit. So all the best, guys, and I will put another video specifically answering through this, giving you an example of how to write a selection criteria with situation, action, in a star format, a situation, task, action, and result, and all those things. And I will also try to put some sample template for you guys to copy. Okay, guys, thank you for today. All the best, and have a good day.